Hello, Gentle Explainer here. Today, I am going to gently explain a drama mystery romance movie called Dangerous Lessons. The story begins by showing Miami City of Florida, where a school teacher named Stephanie is jogging. Actually, she takes great care of her fitness, so she goes out for jogging every morning. Actually, she is the most beautiful teacher of the school, and due to this, she has become the crush of some students along with being a teacher. There are only 3 people in her family. Her husband's name is Michael, who works in a bank, and she has an 18-year-old daughter named Nicole, who studies in school. Now, after reaching home, she quickly prepares breakfast, but Michael is not able to give much time to his family due to the tension of work and leaves without having breakfast. And Nicole also refuses to eat anything. Stephanie is a little sad, but does not say anything. After this, Stephanie also leaves for her school and starts teaching the students in the class. Meanwhile, in the middle of the class, a new student comes. His name is James. Then, when Stephanie asks students questions about some topics, James answers those questions very well. Stephanie also appreciates his answers, which makes James feel very proud. Now, while leaving after finishing the class, Stephanie bumps into Richard, who is a staff member of the school. Richard tries to give her some extra attention because she is the most beautiful teacher of the school, but Stephanie does not pay much attention. After this, she meets Linda and starts talking about the new student James, that he is very smart. Linda is also a staff member, and she tells that the boy has come after transfer from some school and wants to do further studies here. After this, we see the nighttime where Stephanie is swimming. Actually, she takes a lot of care of her fitness. After swimming for a while, she comes to her husband and starts kissing him. But at the same time, while both of them were getting close, someone from outside was watching them and also took some pictures of them. Later, Stephanie got a message from an unknown number that both of them were going to meet this week, but he did not reveal his name. Then, the next morning, Stephanie took the students on a school trip, where she was telling them about poisonous flowers and some animals. But there also, someone was taking her pictures. After this, they took a boat and went for a walk in the surrounding area, and Richard explained many things practically to the students. James also came there, who was sitting near Stephanie and talking to her. Then, after the trip was over, everyone stayed in a hotel. Stephanie also came to her room to rest for a while. Then, she saw from the window that James was standing near the sea without a shirt after taking a bath. Then, James also saw Stephanie, and he quickly ran away. She hides herself. After a while, everyone gathers and starts enjoying a little bit, and Stephanie is talking to Richard, but James was just staring at her, which Stephanie also notices. After this, she starts dancing. Meanwhile, Michael's call comes, and she goes out and talks to the sea, but James also follows her. Seeing him, Stephanie gets scared and falls down. Seeing this, James runs to her and sees that Stephanie is hurt. He soaks his t-shirt in water and applies it on Stephanie's injury so that she gets some relief. Then he sits near her and says that I saw you when you were looking at me from the window. I also like you a lot. Saying this, he starts kissing Stephanie, and Stephanie also agrees for a moment. But then, before going further, she says that I cannot do this and leaves from there. Then the next day, Stephanie returns home, where Michael asks her how was her trip. She says everything is fine and avoids the topic and does not tell anything about James. But later, she starts thinking about how she got distracted suddenly, that too with a student. On the other hand, James makes a beautiful drawing of Stephanie in his house. It seemed that a lot is going on in his mind, which he is not able to express. Then the next morning, when she goes for jogging, we see that someone is following her in a car. But as soon as Stephanie sees that car runs away from there. After this, Stephanie meets Linda and tells her everything, that I got distracted for a moment, and I have made a big mistake. Linda is shocked that he is your student. If people come to know about this, then you will be defamed in the school as well as in the society. Consider it a mistake and forget it. And I think James should be transferred to some other class so that you are not disturbed. Then the next day, when Stephanie is in the class, James comes, and Stephanie says that you have been transferred to another class, and Linda Madame will tell you why this has been done. Hearing this, James's face turns pale, and he leaves the class without saying anything. After this, we see someone in the school library who stealthily steals a poisonous snake, but we will soon find out who this is. Then, after class, James comes and asks Stephanie, why did you get me transferred? Stephanie says it was not my decision. But the school administrators, meanwhile, Richard is listening to their conversation secretly. James says, "I know you have done everything because you are trying to get away from me." Hearing this, Stephanie says, "Look, James, whatever happened between us, consider it a mistake and forget it. Don't take this matter further because I am your teacher and nothing like this can happen between us." Saying this, she leaves from there. After this, we see Linda, who is talking to someone on the phone and taking out something from the drawer. Then the same snake bites her, which someone had stolen from the lab and kept in the drawer. Then at night, Stephanie goes home. When she returns and is having dinner with her family, someone rings the doorbell and leaves. When Michael opens the door, he finds flowers there, which he picks up and takes inside. But then Stephanie tells him not to touch them because these are poisonous flowers. As soon as one touches them, one starts having hallucinations, and a person can even die due to the poison. On the other hand, James comes home late, where his mother is looking at the drawing of Stephanie made by him. Then James snatches the drawing from her and refuses to touch her things. The next day, when James reaches school, Richard comes and warns him, "What are you trying to do with Stephanie? Stay away from her, otherwise it won't take long for you to get arrested." Then he goes straight to Stephanie's cabin, seeing which Stephanie asks him to leave from there. But James gives him a locket of his grandmother saying that "I brought this for you." Stephanie is surprised and says that "You cannot give this to me." But James starts insisting that "We both are made for each other and you are perfect for me." Hearing his words, Stephanie says that "You are crossing your boundaries. I told you not to take this matter further. Now go away from here. I do not want to listen to anything you say." Then he threatens Stephanie that "If you do not listen to me, then I will tell everyone what happened between us, and you will be insulted a lot in school." Saying this, he leaves. Then after some time, when Stephanie is sitting outside, Richard goes and says that "I sent you flowers last night. Did you get them?" Hearing this, Stephanie angrily says, "Did you not know that they were poisonous flowers?" Richard says that "I was just trying to be a good friend," to which Stephanie says that "My husband was also at home if something had happened to him, so don't try to do this in future." Saying this, she leaves angrily. In the next scene, we see Stephanie in the lab where she was doing some work when suddenly she starts feeling dizzy. Then she comes to know that someone has put the same piece of flour in her drinking water, due to which her head starts spinning and she starts having hallucinations. She sees that James is trying to come close to her, but she somehow manages to get out where Linda, Richard, and James come seeing her condition, and then she falls unconscious. After this, she regains consciousness at home, where her daughter says that "You fainted in the school. It happened because of that flower for which a police case has also been filed." Then the next day, a police officer comes to their house and tells her that there is definitely someone who has deliberately tried to harm you. If your treatment was not done on time, then it would have been difficult for you to survive. You would have been able to attack anyone. If you have any doubts, can you tell us? Stephanie tells them that Richard had sent flowers to the house earlier too, so this could be his work. On hearing this, the police immediately reaches the school and arrests Richard. Richard starts saying that he did not do anything like this, but no one listens to him there. After this, the school principal calls Stephanie in the cabin and explains to her that Richard is in jail right now, so "I want you to stay at home for a few days until his case becomes normal." But as soon as she comes out, she meets James in the car, who had injury marks on his face. On Stephanie's asking, he replies that he had a fight with his mother's boyfriend. Then he says with a light smile that it is good that Richard was caught, otherwise he could have harmed you more. Now no one will come between us. Hearing this, Stephanie starts explaining to him, "Look, James, sometimes things go out of control in our life. I am your teacher and I am older than you, so it would be better if you forget this and find a nice girl of your age." Saying this, she leaves. Next morning, Stephanie comes back after jogging and starts talking to her daughter Nicole. Nicole tells her that she likes a boy and has been dating him for the last few days. He is a very nice boy. If you want, you can meet him once. Stephanie smiles and says that "It is good that you told me, so why don't you invite him for dinner so that I can also know who is that boy whom my daughter likes so much." Now the scene cuts where Linda explains to Stephanie that "Don't take James lightly. I have checked his background. He has been expelled from many schools due to his behavior. He can go to any extent, so it is better if you stay away from him." After this, at night, Stephanie prepares dinner very nicely for everyone because Nicole's boyfriend is about to come. But as soon as her boyfriend arrives, Stephanie gets shocked because that boy is none other than James. After this, Everyone sits outside for dinner, but James starts doing strange things. He starts touching Stephanie with his feet, on which Stephanie is unable to say anything, and on top of that, her husband was also not at home. After talking for some time, James suddenly goes inside the house on the pretext of going to the bathroom and goes straight to Stephanie's room. Stephanie feels something is wrong, so she asks Nicole to wait there and goes inside. But as soon as she comes, James also goes inside. He closes the door of the room and says, "You yourself told me to find a girl of my age. So look, I have found one." Stephanie angrily says, "You should leave from here right now, or else I will call the police." But James crosses his limits and starts kissing her and tries to get close to her. Just then, Nicole comes there, after which Stephanie immediately tells James to leave from here, and he also leaves, after which Stephanie explains to her daughter that boy is not right for you. He just wants to use you. But Nicole does not listen to anything and leaves angrily. After this, we see Stephanie swimming in the evening when someone sneaks into the house, and it was actually none other than Richard, who was released by the police because no evidence was found against him. He tries to explain to Stephanie that he was not responsible for the incident that happened in the school that day, but Stephanie does not talk to him much and asks him to leave from here. So Richard leaves from there and starts returning to his house. But as soon as he gets out of the car, James comes in front of him and without saying anything, stabs him with a knife, due to which Richard is killed on the spot. After this, he puts his body in the trunk and takes it to his house so that he can hide the body somewhere. But his mother is surprised to see this. Then, the next day, James calls Nicole and says that last night I came due to some misunderstanding. I had to talk to you about some important things, so it would have been good if you had come to meet me. Then Nicole also leaves to meet him. But when James is about to leave with the car, then his mother comes and takes him at gunpoint and says that, "Son, stop all this. I cannot tolerate it anymore." But he takes the gun from his mother and threatens her and takes her inside a trailer and locks her up. Then, in the next scene, when Nicole reaches to meet him, James lies to her that Stephanie kissed me forcefully that night. Maybe she wants us to separate, or she was testing me under the pretext of kissing. I love you very much, and we both should talk to her together. Then he takes her home on the pretext of introducing her to his mom, and Nicole also gets convinced by his words. After this, James calls Stephanie and says that Nicole is in my custody. You did not listen to me. Now you will come to me on your own. Stephanie says, if you do anything to her, then I will not leave you. James says, come to my house quickly. I am waiting for you. And yes, don't even think of calling the police. Otherwise, I will kill Nicole. After this, Stephanie quickly takes the car and tries to reach that place, but her car gets stuck on the way, so she runs from there and reaches James's house. The first thing she does there is check the trailer. So inside a cupboard, she finds James's mom, whom James had imprisoned and she was injured, but she asks Stephanie to go quickly and save her daughter. So she starts searching for Nicole all around the house, and after going to a room, she finds many pictures which James had collected, which means James was following her for a long time. In the same room, she also finds Richard's dead body, which he had hidden. Then, as soon as she goes downstairs searching for him, she finds Nicole tied up there. Then, James comes and takes her at gunpoint and says, I loved you so much, but you did not listen to even one of my words. Now you will see my anger. Stephanie tries to make her understand, but James angrily says, you do not know anything about me. You never tried to understand my pain. When I was 13 years old, I killed my own father because he used to beat me and my mom after drinking alcohol every day. I have been suffering pain since childhood. Now I will not spare anyone, and I will achieve whatever I want. Richard was coming between us, so I killed him. Hearing all this, Stephanie understands that James has become a psycho, but still tries to convince him calmly, and as soon as she gets a chance, she tries to snatch the gun from him, and a scuffle begins between the two. But James starts overpowering her and tries to kill her by strangulating her. But then James's mom comes from behind and shoots him, and he falls down. Now, at the end of the story, we see a scene of a few days later, where after this incident, Stephanie is living her life happily with her family, and we see James in the hospital who was saved, but is now in police custody. But even there, his thinking has not changed. He is seeing the nurse. He starts flirting with her and makes her his next crush. And with this scene, the story ends here. So friends, this was the story of Dangerous Lessons. It shows how quickly trust can turn into fear When obsession hides behind a caring face, a normal life turned into a nightmare within moments. Remember, not every smile is safe. If you liked this recap, do like and subscribe for more. And, friends, comment below, what would you do in her place? Also, join our channel membership for exclusive recaps and support our work. Your support helps us keep bringing you more content you love, and it means the world to us. I hope you liked this movie explain video. If you want to see more similar movie explain videos, then you can watch this video by clicking here. Now I go and see you in the next video.